All right, today on Most Buffalo, the new NFL season may be just a couple of weeks away, but that's not stopping one particular Buffalo Bill and his family from hosting an annual effort to get local rescue animals into their forever homes. Plus, in Buffalo's Elmwood Village, one cross street hosts a handful of local artists and artisans. We'll tell you about an opportunity to get your hands on their handcrafted wares. And an audition if you dare. If you don't like being scared during the Halloween season, you have a chance to become the person doing the scaring. Most Buffalo starts right now. Well, hi there, and welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Ron Plants. We're going to begin today with an effort, as we said, again, obviously with a preseason game against the Steelers coming in tonight, from a Buffalo Bill to clear local animal shelters and help families find a new best friend out there. Now, this weekend, Bills receiver Khalil Shakir will host his annual pet adoption event. He and his family will be at Knox Farm, this is in East Aurora, to show off those adoptable pets from local rescues and hopefully get them into new homes. So joining us now in studio, we have the founder of the Shakir Family Foundation, and this is Khalil's wife joining us. Sailor, right?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
very cool to meet. All right, and we also have
Danielle from Northtown Automotive.
And you're helping with this
Yes,
project.
we're the presenting sponsor of this pet adoption event, and we're super excited.
There you go. Well, okay, Sailor, tell us a little bit more about this. Now, you have 2 dogs.
Yes.
So you're a pet family already.
Yes.
You want to have more pet families.
Yes, absolutely. So we have 2 dogs. One's a golden retriever. Her name's Penny. She's 4. But actually, the star of our foundation is our little Missy girl. We got her 2.5 years ago at the Key Bank Center pet adoption event. And we did not expect to leave with a dog that day. We just were walking through just as a little date. And my husband, right, my husband Khalil, he just fell in love with this little 11-week-old puppy. And I just saw him go back and forth from like that dog to the next dogs. And he came up to me and he was like, "Can we please get that dog?" And I was like, "You know what? How can you be mad? Well, let's take her."
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal. And she is now 2.5, and she is the sweetest dog. She's the heart of our house, but she is so much fun, and she's a little cuddler, and we just really wanted to provide a platform to have other people have that same opportunity. So our pet adoption event, this is our 3rd year doing it. We have all the shelters come in from Western New York, and we want to provide that same opportunity for the community, for people to show up and maybe fall in love with a dog and support these shelters.
Does he have to walk the dog?
He does. He does.
He go for a pass while he's doing it, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he actually plays Frisbee with them outside.
There you go. There you go. Now, Northtown, obviously being one of the sponsors with this,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about where your involvement here.
So for the past 2 years, we've been involved with the Shakirs to help out with this pet adoption event. Last year, we had it at our Toyota location, and it ended up being a huge success. So we needed a bigger space, and so this year it will be at Knox Farms. And it's just Northtown loves to be a part of the community. We're the official automotive dealer of the Buffalo Bills. Khalil Shakir partners with us. The Shakirs, honestly, Sailor is a partner with us too at this point. She's a family member.
Yeah, he's a little busy right now.
Yeah, so we've just been involved with them for a while now, and we love working with them, and we love what they do for our local community.
Yeah, you know what they say. I remember when I adopted a dog, they adopt you.
Oh, 100%, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you expect in terms of, are you really thinking we're going to get a lot of adoptions through this?
Yeah, last year we had 42 dogs adopted from our event, and the year before we had 12. So it just keeps, exponentially growing. And I hope this year, not only do we have more dogs adopted, but just it's a nice view and looking at the cause and bringing more attention to it and the awareness of how many dogs need homes, and they're just sweethearts. So it's really cool that Khalil is able to use his platform for good, and he's just so passionate about it. He wishes that he could be here talking about it, but he's a little busy, as he said.
Exactly. Well, again, one more time, the event. When's the event set for?
It's this Saturday at Knox Farm from 2 to 6 p.m. Parking will be at Parkdale Elementary. There'll be shuttles taking you in. A huge thank you to Northtown Toyota for being our presenting sponsor. And it'll be an awesome time. So we hope you can come.
Okay, ladies. All right, there you go. Get your dogs. All right. Coming up on Most Buffalo, we love celebrating the people who help Western New York live up to its reputation as the city of good neighbors, including two people who are making a big difference in a child's life. Channel 2's Melissa Holmes, she does great with these stories, has their story in this Selfless Among Us.
Listen to this. This is the sound of people giving their time, building something they know a child desperately needs. This is Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And 6 years ago, Jerry and Mary Jo Sheldon realized Western New York needed it.
It kind of caught me off guard that was even a real problem.
The couple had volunteered with other charities all their lives, but starting this chapter with friends Betsy and Rick DeVita turned into something much bigger than they ever imagined.
We've delivered almost 7,800 beds, so we've taken a bite out of that apple, but we still have a ways to go to get to all the kids.
Jerry estimates about 25,000 children in Western New York still need a bed. About 600 are on their waiting list. Hundreds of volunteers have answered the call.
We really bond well and love each other, and yeah, what better than to give a child a bed? For me, oh God, this makes my heart soar.
Some build,
We have a boys section, a girls section.
others sort donated linens and handmade quilts,
If we have it, we will give it.
and others make the deliveries. This bunk bed is for 5-year-old Mackay and his 6-year-old brother. Their dad, Kayshawn, is a disabled Army veteran who just couldn't afford new beds when they outgrew their toddler beds. So that left the whole family sharing this one.
Everybody pile up with me, and that's how we sleep.
Then he found Sleep in Heavenly Peace online. And suddenly a bunk bed was being built by hand with the sheets Mackay asked for.
His favorite is Spider-Man.
And then came the moment everyone was waiting for.
All right, here you go.
Look at that! How do you like that bed?
Super grateful for receiving a Heavenly Peace.
And then you're up.
And let him see what's underneath.
Here, look at this.
Kayshawn says he's filled with gratitude,
Thank you.
knowing the volunteers gave his children much more than just a place to sleep.
They literally constructing everything by hand. How much energy and love that they put into that bed.
For Jerry and Mary Jo, that love they put into these beds comes right back to them.
I don't get paid doing this, but I would argue that I get paid in many other ways that make this so worthwhile.
For the Selfless Among Us, Melissa Holmes, Channel 2 News.
Love that program. There's much more to come on Most Buffalo. Next, a festival returning, showing off the best of a neighborhood within a neighborhood, I guess you could say. How Lexfest hopes to highlight local artisans who call one particular intersection we already hinted about at home there. Stay with us. And welcome back to Most Buffalo. This weekend marking the return of a newer festival, I guess you could say, in Buffalo's Elmwood Village. On Saturday, the corner of Lexington and Ashland will become the site of Lexfest once again, featuring local artists and artisans, a celebration of the creative community the neighborhood is really known for. And joining us now to tell us more, one of the festival's founders. I have Stephanie Robb with me. Stephanie, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You were telling me before we start about the rest of it that you are an artist that really works with jewelry, but that comes in
Correct.
right with all the rest of this.
It all fits in. It's just one part of the expression that people do with their hands, and it's a remarkable transformation, especially when you get a number of artists together who are all like, oh, I make this, you have that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's all, collaborate.
And you have quite a variety of items right here.
Right? We have one gentleman who's a painter who actually transfers his paintings onto fabric.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And makes the most beautiful dresses, skirts, you name it, capes. We have Annie Adams, ceramic work. Her daughter Flora, who does this beautiful botanical and
Yeah, they're very unique.
yeah, in clay. Another woman who used to be a interior designer changed her fabric samples into purses and
gosh.
all kinds of other
Love the
things.
buffalo right
Gotta
there.
have the buffalo. And then I was told, hold still.
Okay.
This is one of the artists that we'll be featuring who does very intricate wire work and
Oh, yeah.
with
You can see it there.
gemstones and copper and silver and brass wire. And that's just one of many, many.
But very diverse, as we were saying
yes.
before.
We've
yeah.
got a book bus. It's a Spectre. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I can't think of his name, but he's going to be there with
Okay.
a book van and bubble wands and wonderful food from the place.
I
and
was going to
another-
ask, if it's a festival, I hope there's some
Oh,
food
there's
involved.
going to be plenty of food. Plenty
Now-
of food, plenty of.
What are the hours again? We should stress
We
that.
have this Saturday, the 29th, from 11 to 6.
Okay.
So-
And again, right at that intersection, or is it kind of spread around it?
right at that intersection. And this intersection was known in the 70s as Little Soho.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it's fitting that we kind of bring that artistic flair and flavor.
And are primarily your artists local artisans, or do you
Yes.
bring in some from outside?
Yeah, these are all local.
Local people.
Yep.
Yeah. We have so much creativity. in
So
this.
much, and it accelerates and magnifies when we're all together. It's really fun.
Exactly. And in terms of people coming down to park or anything like that, I guess there's parking in the neighborhood. I
Find
guess, around it?
parking. At least you can park on both sides of Ashland, Norwood.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
it's-
you'll figure it
You'll
out.
figure it out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
And I mean, do you hope that future generations get also inspired by what you're able to do with this?
absolutely, that is a spark we hope to flare with everyone who comes. You know, the kids are the next. You know.
Exactly. And who knows what they'll come up with.
Oh, I know. It'll be inspiring.
All right. Well, again, we thank you very much talking about the
Thank
event
you.
coming up this weekend. One more time. This coming up,
Saturday the 29th from 11 to 6.
okay, at Ashland and
Ashland
Lexington.
and Lexington.
You got it. All right. Well, we thank you for joining us, Stephanie, filling us in. You know, this week, the nation, of course, mourning the death of an icon right there. Dolly Parton didn't just touch our hearts with her music, she left an impact with her own love for reading. And as 2 on Your Side's Chelsea Swift reports now, that impact persisting in Western New York today.
Dolly Parton was born and raised in rural East Tennessee, and her father was illiterate. Parton was influenced by this, and decades later, she created the Imagination Library so that every infant and toddler could have their own age-appropriate books.
The books become a part of the household. It's a child building their home library. I get a dozen emails a week from parents receiving the book, letting me know how much their kids love receiving the books.
The executive director of Read to Succeed Buffalo says the Imagination Library also encourages parents and guardians to bond with their children.
The books have a foreword from Dolly Parton. It tells caregivers how to read aloud with their children, why it's so important for building background knowledge, building vocabulary, building, concepts about print and alphabet knowledge. And it was really her passion.
The number one indicator of whether or not a child becomes literate is the number of books in the home. So giving the books to children, you can't even put a number on that type of impact.
The manager of System Youth Outreach Services at the Buffalo Public Library says there are more than 5,000 local families enrolled in Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. She says Parton also provided families with tools to foster literacy.
Not only did she focus on giving books to children, she focused on reading to children. And that's such an important aspect that I think gets overshadowed in her program. If you ever want tips and tricks of how to get your kid involved in reading, her website has numerous age-appropriate ways to get your kid excited about books.
By the way, the Buffalo Public Library hosting a movie event in honor of Dolly Parton. It's coming up Wednesday, September 2nd And for more information, you can head to WGRZ.com, all about that event. This weekend, more than 250 students from 60 Western New York schools will see the result of their hard work reading and exploring all summer long. The Christian Central Academy's Read Across Buffalo initiative hosting its big finale event at Explore and More coming up on Saturday. At the start of the summer, kids from kindergarten to 12th grade got a reading map with dozens of stars to color in by either reading for 20 minutes or visiting an iconic location in the city. Get it? Okay. The students will turn in their completed maps for prizes and then get to choose new books to take home for free. That's a great deal. Since the program began 2 years ago, Read Across Buffalo has donated more than 1,400 free books. All right, there's more to come on Most Buffalo. Spooky season is almost here. That means you have a shot at a scary, good job opportunity. I did not write that, but I like it. We'll explain right after the break if you want to come back. Okay, are they still behind me here? I don't know. We're back with a unique opportunity for some spooky seasonal work. Fright World opening for its 24th season in less than a month. And this weekend, the park will host open auditions for those who dare to scare. Joining us now in studio with some other guests lurking here, Fright World's General Manager, Trevor Feger. Yep. I got it right?
Yeah, right.
All right. And, well, two members of their award-winning Scream team. I would say hi to you guys, but I think I'll just keep focusing here with Trevor. Trevor, save me, please, if we have to here. So tell me about Fright World. I mean, you guys have to audition. They have to have auditions for this and the setup and everything else. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this weekend we're hosting our open auditions and interview event. So we're going to be hiring over 175 paid positions. About 100 to 125 of them are going to be these guys you see behind here, our scare actors. You're going to be inside the haunted houses, scaring the customers, or roaming the lobby, taking pictures and scaring guests. And then we're also hiring customer service staff, so the merch booth, at our concession stand, event staff, getting people checked in with their tickets and stuff like that. So it's an exciting opportunity for anybody that loves Halloween to come out and work at something that, be a part of something that really encapsulates Halloween.
Do you think they have to have a special personality to do something like this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we all love just scaring the living daylights out of people. I'll jump into costume any chance I get. It's just, it's almost in our blood. It's like we're just made to scare people, and that's what we love to do, and we just love to make Buffalo scream.
And you probably want to, obviously, maybe if families, you want to make sure the kids are aware of what you got so there's not a big frightening situation.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We're trained, so if there's children walking through the houses, obviously don't target them or whatnot.
Right.
But if an adult's too scared, we're going to target you, and we're going to
Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. And how long does this run? What's your season like?
So we're going to open up our doors this year on September 25th, and we will run through early November.
Okay. And who do we have here? Who are these guys?
So back there is Momo. So you'll see her roaming around our Grindhouse attraction. Then we've got our resident Scarecrow zombie back here. So you'll see him roaming around the lobby of Fright World. He is very hungry. He's always hungry, looking for more.
Well, now let me ask you, do you add events and features for Fright World every year? Do you try to come up with some new things?
So we actually have an exciting development this year. We're retiring one of our attractions, which will be announced on social media tonight. And next week we are going to release a brand new attraction that's going to be at Fright World for this year.
Oh,
So,
you can't give us any hints?
No hints, no. Check back next week.
Man. All right, and you know, if somebody wants to do something like this, how long does it take them to get into costume and makeup? What's that like?
Our costume and makeup process, so we have a huge FX department where we make pretty much everything in-house. So a typical night, people come in about an hour before we open. They'll get their costume ready to go, and then they'll sit down in one of our makeup chairs. We've got 8 makeup artists every night, firing up to make them look super scary every single night.
Do you build special sets too, like things with caskets or whatever?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So pretty much everything you see at Fright World, our team builds ourselves. So we've got a team of local carpenters, set designers, and FX artists. So like all the dead bodies, stuff like that, we actually make it right in-house. So it's a huge production.
Now, hopefully you never get pulled over by a cop when you're taking off.
I've actually gotten pulled over on my way home. The one night I was in costume and I still had blood all over my face, and the cops did pull
I would
me
love
over.
to see that body cam video. That would be
pretty
fun. Well, anyway, yeah, now if somebody, if somebody's seeing this and they say, they don't make it out for the formal audition, are you still accepting people if they want to come in?
So if we don't fill all the positions this weekend, we may open up a couple more. Typically, every single year, we do fill out every single position because we do have a huge turnout. So we're expecting over 300 people to come out this weekend.
All right, so again, where this is and the time for the audition.
So our open auditions will be located at Fright World. If you guys are coming out this weekend, you're going to enter on the left side of the building. So looking at the building, left side door, you're going to come in. We're going to be there from Friday, tomorrow from 6 to 10. Saturday from 12 to 4, then a short break. We'll be back from 6 to 9, and then Sunday from 12 to 5.
Sounds like fun. All right, and they've left me alone for the most part here.
Yeah,
see, I just invited
nice
it.
now.
Here we go. Here we
Get
go.
closer
Yeah,
to
there. Can I have a bite of that, maybe? Okay, maybe I'm auditioning. All right, we thank you for joining us for both Buffalo. I'm going to have some fun with these guys maybe afterwards. We'll see, maybe I should audition. We'll see you back here live on Monday. You can always watch the latest, most Buffalo episodes plus clips from the show right here at WGRZ app. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great scary day.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.